Quick Crypto, bringing you quick Kaspa news. The timing of Kaspa's developments couldn't be any better. The Rock the Kaspa alpha leak regarding a new US exchange listing has now been revealed to us the very same day and time as the FOMC meeting regarding imminent rate cuts. Therefore, potentially this announcement deters, if not even prevents, a Kaspa price correction. This is huge news for Kaspa holders, especially the American audience, just days after the KRC20 launch, which was a huge success in my opinion. Kaspa is at the forefront of crypto innovation, and I believe it is going to explode in value very soon. Now, in regards to the game-changing KRC20, after a full day, so 24 hours, we witnessed over 12.5 million. I must say that again for them people in the back. 12.5 million transactions in 24 hours and over 21 million gas fees. That is absolutely insane, and I would like to believe that Kaspa actually handled that flawlessly, at times reaching over 450 transactions per second, surpassing the likes of Matic, Polkadot, Tron, Near, and many more. And currently, Kaspa only has 1 block per second. So just imagine how much better Kaspa will scale when 10 BPS is incorporated onto the mainnet. Kaspa honestly has the makings to be a top 10 crypto project in this cycle, surpassing the likes of even Solana without compromising decentralization and security, once the adoption goes, of course. Now, of course, some would argue that the relaunch of KRC20 was actually not very successful due to all the ridiculous levels of congestion and the complications, if you will, regarding the Kaspa wallets like Kasware, for example. Well, Shai's message here to me lays out the facts perfectly, that when you have a network that is set to be running on just 300 TPS and users are issuing transactions at a higher rate, of course the network will become congested and the fees will hike up. But what is important is that the network handled these loads beautifully. Unlike the last time, the first time round when KRC20 launched, there were no issues with the RBF, the KRC20 indexes, the Kaspa nodes, and so on and so forth. It was just a result of the launch of a new highly anticipated platform, but as Shai says, it will smooth out surely, and at the time of recording this video, it actually already has. 20 million Kaspa paid to miners, 12 million transactions on pure proof of work. Mempool stood like a champ with an average of 140,000 transactions pending to be processed, block rewards of over 400 Kaspa. The mempool is getting cleared, and in fact, as we can see here from the Kaspa enthusiast, the mempool is now cleared. This is huge news for Kaspa and KRC20, with KRC20 in place, with so many projects scheduled to be launched on the platform, with Alpha. We've heard Alpha confirming stablecoins on the way. With the meme tokens going parabolic, the adoption for Kaspa and therefore in due time its price, I believe, is going to explode. Speaking of which, a new US exchange listing is definitely going to help. The majority of crypto holders, my audience for that matter, are Americans, so now you don't have to use Uphold with the expensive transaction fees or even a VPN to get access to Kaspa, because we have Pionex US, a fully US regulated platform serving users across 47 states, known for their AI trading bots, which is a very big deal. We should know how popular AI is becoming already. 11 different trading bots that meet different trading needs. To list some of them, you have the grid trading bot, for example, which lets you set intervals for your buy and sell orders. So for example, let's say you set a 5% interval, meaning you could put an order to buy Kaspa at, let's say, 17 cents. Should Kaspa correct in price by 5%, the bot will automatically put in another buy order for you around the 16.2 cents region, 5% below. The same thing vice versa with sell orders as well, which is beneficial as it will reduce the impact of a sudden price change, say a potential crash from heavy rate cuts by the Fed, buying and selling small portions each time. There's also a DCA bot, which is, as it sounds, a rebalancing bot, which is used to maintain a specific allocation of assets in your portfolio, say 80% Kaspa, 20% Bitcoin, ensuring that the portfolio stays aligned with your investment strategies despite price fluctuations. You get the picture. But here's the real kicker, in my opinion: 0.1% trading fees. So yes, US residents can buy Kaspa with fiat currency. There will be a Cash USDT and Cash USD trading pair, and with just 0.1% trading fee, to put that into perspective for you, buy $1,000 worth of Kaspa on Pionex US, you are only paying $1 in fees, one of, if not the cheapest on the market. Start trading with Kaspa today on Pionex US and you will have the chance to win 100,000 Kaspa. Check out the link in the pinned comments or in the description, cause this is a very big day for Kaspa and for America, as it also showcases that crypto adoption is really taking off now in the US. And for this announcement and Kaspa's integration to take place on the same day and time at the FOMC meeting is, well, very fortunate. This just in from bar chart though. The Federal Reserve is now more likely to cut interest rates by 50 basis points, 50 BPS or 0.5% today than 25 basis points or 0.25%. Other sources suggest the very same thing, odds are up to 6-7% on a 50 basis point cut. For the first time in 4.5 years, the Fed will be issuing rate cuts. In accordance to this post here from the Global Market Investor, historical data suggests and shows us that the stock market usually falls 15% within 12 months following the first rate cut if we are to be in a recession. But if there's no recession, stocks will in fact rise over 10%. Now, the crypto market is a much smaller niche, it's a much smaller on-risk asset market, meaning it is more volatile. So price fluctuations following the final rate cut verdict will seem to have a much more drastic impact on the crypto market than the stock market, in my opinion, especially now institutional adoption is here, regulations are being laid out for crypto and the market is maturing. In saying that, at the time of recording this video, the decision has yet to be made, but in my personal opinion, not financial advice of course, I don't believe that we're in a recession just yet. I still believe that we are going to witness a very volatile crypto bull run, and I'm not the only one who thinks that. Again, BlackRock and other major financial institutions have been stockpiling Bitcoin and gold and other crypto assets, with some institutionally important people like Michael Saylor, or even, as we can see here, the VanEck CEO confirmed on this interview on Fox Business that Bitcoin will hit $350,000. Listen closely.
So about a year ago, I started pounding the table because eventually the Fed is going to start easing here. That's great for gold and that's for Bitcoin. What I said is Bitcoin is growing up and will be eventually half the total market cap of gold. So that's about 350,000. So quite a ways to go from here. The super bulls, if central banks adopt it and it's part of the monetary system, then in the millions, but I don't like to talk about that too much.
What, more than 2 million? More than 3?
Yeah, like 2.9, we've got some model, which is, you have to look at the assumptions.
Right, well, yeah, there are always big ifs there. Where are you as an ETF guy with all kinds of different ETFs, everything from fixed income to, who knows, staples, consumer cyclicals, etc.
Yeah.
Where do you put your personal money right now?
I like longer term trends because I feel like, okay, it'll be a bumpy ride, but I like to have conviction about something that's going to happen in 5 or 10 years. Mm-hmm. To me, there's no doubt that Bitcoin is becoming adopted the way gold is. I just think it's obvious. Now, I think you have to have your own diversified portfolio, and kind of having a huge overweight to Bitcoin is a personal decision, but I just see that rising.
This, of course, would be huge for crypto and for Kaspa as well. So recession or not, crypto definitely is not going to die in the opinion of many people, but in regard to the FOMC decision happening very, very soon, if it is a 25 basis point cut, then the market will see minimal corrections before igniting some bullish momentum. In fact, we may actually see no corrections at all and just bullish momentum. The market right now is correcting, as we can see on the daily time frame. Kaspa currently valued at 16.72 cents, down roughly 1.67% on the daily time frame. This is following the Krc20 Fomc dying out, the looming FOMC meeting, but also the growing belief that it's going to now be a 50 basis point interest rate cut. The market is preparing for the worst and starting its correction cycle, just like it did at the beginning of September here, when it was preparing for a 25 basis point cut. So should it be 50, that will be an indicator to economists, to investors, that the Fed is very worried about the economy and a potential recession, so they are now taking drastic measures to stop it by heavily cutting rates. But thankfully for Kaspa, with the new US exchange listing of Pionex US, increasing adoption and access to Kaspa, and with the Krc20 relaunch, which seems to have been a huge success with integration with centralized exchanges and mining pools in progress development and project in the works with the KII, and the stablecoins incoming to Krc20 sooner than we may think, and so much more. I would like to personally believe that regardless of the outcome with the Fed meeting, Kaspa will survive and kickstart its bullish momentum sooner than the other projects. Kaspa has already proved itself in one of, if not the worst bear market in history ever, being up now roughly 88,000% since its launch, and now it's at the peak of the last bull cycle. This is the sort of research and knowledge that you need to do to help better understand this market and devise your own trading strategies, which is why I created recently a free to join Discord server. Where together over 330 of us right now in our community are working to increase our knowledge to find the true crypto gem to be a part of what will be the biggest wealth transfer in history. So we are growing so quickly and learning so much already, so by all means come be part of the family. Link to join will be in the description below. And that being said, remember, don't be emotional, be logical.